Okay guys, so we got the upper stuff already all hung, right? The back wall, the ceiling. Now we're gonna move on towards the bottom. Now, your drywall has to be a 1/2 inch up off the floor because the concrete is also porous. Concrete never really dries. I know it's weird, but that's why it cracks, because in the heat it expands and in the cold it compresses or something. But either way, it can have moisture, and then that moisture can cling onto the drywall and the drywall will just suck it up like a sponge. So you have to keep a 1/2 inch gap. Now there's 2 ways that you can do that, 3 ways actually. So one is by using a drywall foot lift, right? They sell this one. Like I said, this one's part of my rasp, but it also has a foot lever. So you stick that underneath, you push it up and it goes up. That's one way you can do it, right? They also have another one that is just for lifting drywall. I don't have that. Another way is just using your cutoffs. You can get your cutoff, that's a 1/2 inch. You put it down there on the bottom. You get your new piece of drywall. You stick it up there, and it gives you perfect where you need to be, right? Perfect gap. The other thing I found out by accident, again, depending on how long your wall is you can use a fence picket. A fence picket is a 1/2 inch. And my walls are too short for it. So I'm gonna go this way. But again, you can go ahead and use a fence picket. And it fits right underneath. It gives you the right height for what you need. So those are 3 ways that you can kind of cheat it. You can use the floor lift, drywall lift, whatever you want to call this. You can use a scrap piece of drywall, or you can use a fence picket. You just need to make sure that you're 1/2 inch off the floor. All right, I'm gonna measure this one, and there's something special I want to show you on this because it is something I run into every now and then. So let me take the measurement and we'll get back into it. Okay guys, in this video, I'm showing you what to do when you have missing drywall pieces. I'm sorry, missing studs or backing. So in one of my previous videos, I showed you that sometimes the count of where the studs go doesn't always leave you with somewhere to screw off to. And in some of them I added a full stick, and some of them I added some extra wood or dead wood, whatever you want to call it. And in this scenario, I have nothing. So the stud that would give me something to screw off to is behind this wall, right? So there's nothing here, I'm missing something. So if I go onto a job and I didn't bring any extra wood, there's nothing there. The way that I do it is I put this piece first. It doesn't matter which wall it is, right? I put this piece first, and then what I do is I use the piece that does have backing, which will be this piece next to it, to butt up to it. And because this wall is going to be screwed off, this is going to hold this back one in place. Now I'll have a stud here and a stud here, so it's just going to be a little bit of play, but because I have this one holding it and I have these over here, I'm not too worried about it. Down the line, yes, it may crack, but there's nothing I can do about it because the framing's off and it wasn't something that I had planned for, or I didn't bring extra wood or whatever. I didn't do the framing. I mean, it is what it is. That's a quick fix. So again, it would be just wedging it in there. Let me see if I can get this. Again, so there's nothing here for me to screw off to, right? There's nothing here. So I put this in first, you know, all the way over, whatever. And then this one is gonna get screwed off to this. So in essence, that one holds it in place, if that makes sense. Okay, let me get back to screwing this one off. Okay, so this video, I just wanna show you how this kicker works, this drywall kicker. You're just gonna slide it underneath the drywall, scoot the drywall over all the way, and push down on it, and it, I don't want it under the stud, I just want it under the drywall. And you push up, and it keeps it up, it keeps it tight, so that way there's no gap. When it comes to the joint right here, this fill joint, there's no gap. If I drop it, there's a gap. Right? But when I raise it up, there's no gap. It's all covered up, right? I'm stuck on the bottom. I can't do it and hold this at the same time, but you get the idea. So that's how that works.